Such a rich history. This won't do well with auction. At AT&T, it's worth a brand new Samsung Galaxy S.
The kid looked thirsty, okay? If you know, you know. As tonight, we're going to feel the fallout from AEW Revolution on AEW Dynamite. So these are, in fact, my AEW Dynamite after Revolution live watch-along reactions. Live right here on YouTube, audio only this evening, as it was on Sunday as well, for the pay-per-view. So thank you for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below, the thumbs up button. Share hashtag AEW, hashtag AEW Dynamite. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks, always greatly appreciated. As in the main event of Revolution, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because he's better than you, and you know it, he retained his World Heavyweight Championship in a 60-plus minute Ironman match against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. They give us a, what does the future hold for AEW? They give us a commercial a minute before they go live here at the top of the hour with what happened, what's to come tonight. Got a couple of championship title matches this evening. Normally the Dynamites after their 4 pay-per-views, from Revolution to Double or Nothing, which will be Memorial Day weekend, to All Out and then Full Gear, the Dynamites after pay-per-views, they're normally pretty damn good. We'll see how tonight fares. As, of course, it is Wednesday. You know what that means. So once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. But yes, 2 championship matches. Wardlow will defend his TNT title against Powerhouse Hobbs, who won the Face of the Revolution ladder match. That normally takes place at Revolution, but they had it last week on Dynamite. Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal 101 for the All-Atlantic title as well. But we're going to light the fuse and break the boom. And AEW Dynamite. It's Wednesday night. As they're actually running the video package plus a highlight reel of what happened at Revolution. So it is Wednesday. You know what that means. They're in Northern California. Going to feel the fallout from Revolution. What's kicking off the show? Let me guess. Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal. Yep. Jesus Christ. They've had Orange Cassidy kick off fucking Dynamite and Revolution, it seems like, every fucking show the past month. As they say tonight's going to be awesome. We'll see how awesome AEW will be this evening. As Danhausen's in a sling. His right arm is in a sling. Of course, Danhausen, along with freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, the All-Atlantic champion, going to defend against Jay Lethal here. They're in the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match on Sunday. losing to the retaining champs, the Ass Boys, the Gun Club, as they also defeated Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and the former champs, the Acclaimed. But Orange Cassidy also joined by best friends, Chuck and Trent, as Orange Cassidy takes the title out of the backpack, and they'll give us a 20-minute title match to start the show. They fought a few times recently. Orange Cassidy is still All-In champion, sort of their other mid-card title to the TNT title that's also going to be defended tonight. As mentioned, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. Here comes Jay Lethal with, the officials are trying to hold back the rest of Lethal's posse with Jeff Jarrett, along with his guitar, Sanjay Dutt, his pencil, and Great Khali's long-lost son. Going back to August of last year when they had a match. Jay Lethal won that, but then 2 months ago or so, they evened it out. So basically tonight's the grudge match. This is the third of the few matches they've had. Title on the line tonight. Hazmat suit, your official referee. So we're going to get Lethal, but we've had some technical difficulties there, it seemed like, unless that was a tease for something that's going to happen. You know, like, what the fuck was that? So, okay, everybody's banned from ringside. It's Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal, one-on-one on Dynamite. And the match begins, and the All-In title is, in fact, on the line. So we'll see what happens here, if he's going to retain or welcome the new champ for the first time in quite a while. I think with what just happened, though, with the entrance, could have been a little bit of a tease on somebody, whether that's a debut or a return at the end of this match. They wouldn't have done that, you know, just for the hell of it, unless something just completely went wrong and, you know, they're having trouble turning off the entrance music for whatever reason. That just, you know, it's not adding up. Something's, you know, coming. I just don't know what. So we'll find out together. Maybe the Bastard Pack's returning. Maybe, I'm trying to think, somebody who has, you know, real deep history with Jay Lethal for the most part compared to Orange Cassidy. Seemingly Orange Cassidy's faced off against, at this point, the whole entire AEW roster at one time or another. So yeah, Orange Cassidy came out with best friends of Danhausen in the sling. So hopefully that's nothing serious. But if it is, best wishes. Hopefully he's okay. Get well soon. And then, yeah, Jay Lethal came out. Jeff Jarrett and his guitar, Sanjay and his pencil, and Satnam Singh, the Giant. The referees were trying to hold everybody back. Said everybody's banned from ringside. This one-on-one match. But then as they panned out with Hazmat Suit Bryce Trunsberg, once again, your official referee for this matchup, there's an intriguing as Jay Lethal will refocus in the corner. Jay Lethal vying to become All-Atlantic champion for the first time as Orange Cassidy defends. Orange Cassidy in full control right now as Lethal will roll out ringside. They're promoting some upcoming events coming off Revolution. We're on the road now to Double or Nothing. And they'll be, for the most part, so they've been out west good 2 months now. They'll be trucking back and forth from East Coast to West Coast from now until Memorial Day. We'll get into more of that in a minute. Along with today's question of the day on social media, who should be the next to challenge MJF for the World Heavyweight Championship? I'll get some thoughts on that as well. But yeah, an intriguing development, if you will, a situation with Jay Lethal's entrance music at the end. Don't know exactly what happened. It got real loud. It was screechy. Saying just it's not adding up. Let's go Lethal. Lethal sucks. As far as they're not wooing or anything along those lines. I mean, they are giving the Cena treatment in that regard, but here nor there. It's AEW, not WWE or any other company here tonight. They own Wednesdays in the world of professional wrestling and sports entertainment, if you will. But no. Maybe it's tonight. Maybe it's a weekly thing. They keep teasing. Okay, something's up with the entrance. Now, if it's a one-time thing and that's it, nothing happens, and it was just a screw-up. But I think something might be coming out of it. I just don't know exactly what. We're probably about 10, 15 minutes away from finding out. As now, he's starting to strut. And they're booing him, but it should be wooing him. As now they're going to fight ringside. So, yeah, Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal kicking off Dynamite for the All-Atlantic Championship. Seemingly the main event is going to be Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. TNT title on the line. As saying there at the start, that, the Revolution ladder match, Face Revolution ladder match, normally at the pay-per-view, but they had it last week on Dynamite instead. Hobbs won. Going to challenge Wardlow. Wardlow just had his rental car broken into. Gear, including the title, stolen. As they'll take a split-screen commercial break here. So back to the action shortly. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Sharing social media in the meantime. But Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal, one-on-one. For the Atlantic title once again. But, I mean, as the company has extras, the one he'll be using tonight ain't gonna be. It'll be a real one, but it won't be the one that he had won back the other day. We'll see if it has the actual straps or the Velcro to it. Because sometimes that stuff will just go in the truck and that's that. But if you're the champion, you're holding the title. And then, as mentioned, they've been out west for the past 2 months or so. San Francisco for Revolution Sunday. They're in Sacramento tonight. Yeah, Wardlow had gear, including the title, stolen. So, of course, a no good lowlife or somebody just knew it was him and all right, did what they did, or maybe he was just wrong place, wrong time, and shit happens. Hate to see it happen though. That's for anybody. Wardlow's one though too that I still think could be going after MJF in the world title, depending on what happens tonight. But if he retains the TNT title this evening, all right, we'll dive into that other side of it then. But yeah, that happened, of course, just the other night. I believe last night, if I'm not mistaken. and then, they have their press conferences, media scrums, if you will, after the show. Hence why, hey, if you know, you know, kid look thirsty. MJF to Ricky Starks. Speaking of Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, there was a confrontation at that press conference after Revolution. So that, saying, seemingly now the main event with Orange Cassidy and Jay Lethal here kicking off the show. We'll have a tag team match along with a 6-man tag as well, women's singles match, and then we'll hear from a few potential number one contenders in the near future. So we'll see what gives. We'll see how the show turns out. But AEW Dynamite. As we're back from break. Right hand. So booing and yang back and forth. But in the meantime, just as always, once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. DDT. Now off the ropes. Power slam into the DDT. Alright, brainbuster. Does anybody else notice I don't know if it's the lights or just how the arena is set up. They look more like lights than anything else, but I could be wrong. I don't know. In the far end, not where the entrance is at, but straight down in the corner. Like they look like polka dots on the bottom of the. Not necessarily the bottom of the end of the floor, but it doesn't look like there's any seats there. They just rise up, and then it's the concourse level. It's normally all maybe the lighting, maybe that's just how it is. I believe this is where the Kings play at, if I'm mistaken. Off the top rope, Orange Cassidy hits a DDT on Jay Lethal. And then a DDT again. So I've seen a couple of those here already. 1, 2, and a kick out. But still to come tonight, we'll hear from Hangman Adam Page and Ricky Starks. It'll be separate. We'll also hear from FTR as well. They returned at Revolution this past Sunday. Add that FTR segment into the show. So 2 title matches, a tag team match, a 6-man tag, a women's match, and then 3 promo segments. The TNT title match is going to be the main event. Something might happen there, and too, we'll see. But leave it at that. Figure 4 locked in the middle of the ring. Orange Cassidy trying to go for a rope break. And then he does grab the bottom rope, so hazmat suit tells Jay Lethal to let go, which he does, and we roll on. Now on the ring apron here, a couple chops. Orange Cassidy, real light with it, as he always is. Just like tapping him. And then warming it up, and then actually he does chop him pretty good. Or Lethal back in the ring over the top rope. Another DDT incoming. Well, he gets caught on his shoulders. Lethal presses on Lethal off the ropes with a chop block, then to the back of the left knee. And now another figure four into a quick roll-up. 1, 2, kick out. I mean, honestly, both shoulders for both guys were down, so they could have had a double pin. Lethal going to go up top. If something's happening, it's going to be soon here with somebody coming out. It's like, I don't think they would have done what they did with the entrance music there at the end when Lethal came out, for nothing. Reach for the sky, and an elbow drop. Orange Cassidy gets his knees up. But then a cutter out of nowhere. A JLO, if you will. A kick-ass match, says Schiavone. Got Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone on commentary this evening. Of course, JR on Rampage Friday night. Rampage going to be taped following this Dynamite here tonight. They only have one live Rampage taping from now until Double or Nothing. They also have their first house show, I believe, a week from Saturday. Yes, March 18th in OHIO. See how that goes and see where else they'll be at for upcoming house shows. But TV-wise, they have now everything penciled out from now until Double or Nothing. In the meantime, Orange Cassidy retains his All-Atlantic Championship. 1, 2, 3 over Jay Lethal. So they might have just had a tech issue with the end of the entrance for whatever reason to begin the show. Unless whoever's coming out is coming out for Orange Cassidy now. But why would you do that to Lethal's entrance then? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I think that this might have been a screw up, like I said. Like, obviously a wrong button got hit and they got it sorted out, but could be wrong here still. Orange Cassidy celebrating. Jay Lethal actually gonna grab the Golden Globe, hazmat suit holding him back. So now Jay Lethal's gonna walk up the ramp. Somebody gonna appear at the top of the stage, potentially. Orange Cassidy's in the ring all by himself. They've cut the music. Something's happening. So I don't know what. Orange Cassidy, somebody's behind him. It's Jeff Jarrett. Alright. Jeff Jarrett with a skull-crushing finale. A half-assed one at that. Jeff Jarrett attacking Orange Cassidy after the match. Jay Lethal, in the meantime, has already been escorted out. Jay Lethal just lost. Jeff Jarrett just hit the champ, who defeated Lethal over the left knee with his guitar. And now here comes Best Friends. All right. So what's the point of all this? They, going to set up a, six-man tag of some sorts. Be Orange Cassidy and Best Friends against Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh, who hasn't fucking wrestled and he's been in the fucking company for a year. Who the fuck wants to watch that? Seriously. Like I said, Sunday. There's been, Wardlow, they show off the Twitter video of his car getting broken into and all his shit being stolen. So Renee's going to have an interview with Powerhouse Hobbs. So they're going to play that into the story now? Nene. They call her Renee Nene. Hobbs probably had something to do with it. Maybe that was part of the story. They had fucking, a ploy, get car broken into, and they play it in. But I highly doubt it. He seemed pretty pissed. Hobbs is going to take it. All right. TNT title on the line. Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, it'd be the main event. Yay. Something better happened at the end of the fucking show. Because, the card, honestly, ain't that good. It's not. Here comes Ricky Starks. Some people, not me, but some people as of late have gotten behind him. I just don't get it. I don't get him. It seems all, kiddish. Like that fucking pose and, like, talk about the revolution, man. No, just stop. Absolute Ricky Starks hands off his sunglasses to the security guy. So we'll hear from him next. Somebody's coming out. Who? Well, he just beat Chris Jericho. Probably ain't going to be him because he's in a 6-man tag. Jericho Appreciation Society against AR Fox and Top Flight. The tag team match is going to be the Dark Order and the Blackpool Combat Club. Women's singles match, Ruby Soho, Sky Blue. Hear from Hangman, who defeated, speaking of Nene, Renee Young, Renee Paquette. Hangman beat her husband and John Moxley in a Texas death match at Revolution. And then we'll also hear from FTR who returned. A Ricky chant from the crowd. But just see what he's got to say here. He says, wow. Surprisingly, they didn't take a fucking commercial break after that match ended. They went from the beatdown after the match to the Wardlow Twitter video of his car getting broken into. Of course, the aftermath. I don't know if there's any video of it actually happening or not. But then a Hobbs interview, and now Ricky Starks. They did take a split screen break during the opening contest, but that was it. Normally they would have taken another break, but they didn't. Ricky Starks is taking down this and that. Okay, who, what is next? I don't really give a shit, but what's next? Ricky Starks is not sure because they're probably not even fucking sure. Because if they want to build him up, all right, keep building him. Where's he going to go next? All right. Bullet Club on Dynamite. What is this is fucking right. Bullet Club on Dynamite. Is Jay White coming out? No. It's Juice Robinson. Jay White, of course, is free agent right now. Who knows if he's going to sign with AEW or WWE or fuck, maybe even go back to New Japan, but that's highly unlikely, let alone, go anywhere else. I mean, all right, yeah. They hit the music, Bullet Club logo on the screen. He's saying too sweet after Juice Robinson beats up, takes down. Now they got a break. Ricky Starks on Dynamite. All right. Maybe this is something leading to more. Maybe more Bullet Club going to be on AEW. Maybe Jay White is AEW bound. I did not have Bullet Club on my Dynamite bingo card tonight, to say the least. But yeah, okay. That's interesting. That's going to be Interesting to see how they play that out. I don't even know what to think because, it could just be, Starks and Juice one-on-one. Okay. But remember when Juice Robinson was in the company before, he had really, no affiliation in AEW at least with the Bullet Club. Even though, of course, from, the past, yes. But portraying it on TV, they didn't do that. It's been a while since he's been on Dynamite, I might add, too. That was big. I mean, yeah, Bullet Club on Dynamite. I mean, that could be a tease for Forbidden Door, though, too. That will seemingly be after Double or Nothing. Maybe before, but should be after. Should be, sometime in June like it was last year. They got Dynamite tonight as their past Revolution now. Dynamite and Rampage Wednesdays and Fridays. We'll see about TV specials, in the near future. They've sort of died down on those. It's felt like since they've, started this new look for the show since the new year. No more, dark indie style, more color to it. Of course, might add the Elite, Too Sweet, Omega and the Young Bucks. They just lost the Trios titles at Revolution, the House of Black, all right? But what I'm getting at is long term, Starks doesn't have anybody, group wise. He's by himself. It might just be a one-time thing here with him and Juice Robinson. I get there on the West Coast. I mean, Bullet Club, New Japan, they've showed up anywhere AEW's been, though, too, so that doesn't fucking matter. Now we're back on Dynamite. Tony Schiavone interviewing Wardlow, who's wearing a FTR shirt. Where's his head at? He's dealt with a great deal of loss lately. So FTR let him borrow some clothes. Falls count anywhere. Anything goes for the TNT title. All right. Wardlow saying he's going to demolish Hobbs, which, I could really care less about this match too, but, if Wardlow retains, okay, they'll figure something else out for MJF. But then as Renee's in the ring, maybe Hangman's coming out. Hey, I just beat up your husband, literally hung him from the top rope. Actually, Ruby Soho, who will be in a match against Sky Blue. But it looks like they're going to have a promo beforehand. She'll come out with Paige, Saraya, with some spray paint. And there's Tony Storm as well. Of course, Juice Robinson just was in the ring, laying out Ricky Starks. Shutting his ass up, thank God. No, but... Alright, TNT title match now is going to be Falls Count Anywhere. And if, Wardlow retains, okay, he's TNT title. But if he loses, then, feed him to MJF. Of course, if they don't, he's still champ. Hobbs doing whatever then after the fact. They'll figure something else out for MJF. Which I said on Sunday, it could be anybody from a couple former champions, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page as well, to Adam Cole, who is going to be returning at the end of the month. They'll have an AEW All Access show debut the same night, might add as well. But then from Cole, you have, as Ruby's got the promo, DMD chant from the crowd. And now they're going to bring up the Owen Hart tournament. Remember, they had that at Double or Nothing last year, so could bring that back. They're building towards Double or Nothing. Forbidden Door, looks like. Fucking Bullet Club's on Dynamite tonight. Just Juice Robinson, but Bullet Club graphic, music. Seems like there's going to be more to it. Get more into that in a minute. But as she, of course, here continues to cut a promo. Of course, MJF could have a rematch with Bryan Danielson, for God's sakes. They've done, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, total in 6, 7, best of 7 for the tag titles recently. Until they move on, to something else. And Bryan, when he was challenging Hangman for the title this time last year, they had a few matches from Winners coming to the new year, and then about a year ago, because then MJF CM Punk dog collar match at Revolution last year, Double or Nothing, Punk wins, gets hurt, gonna have the Summer of Punk, but he's nowhere to be found, and then wins it back at All Out, says what he said, gets suspended, he's hurt as well, hasn't been seen since. But yeah, you could have any of those former champions go after MJF, I feel like. From Jericho to Moxley to Omega. Hangman's one to watch out for because he just literally hung Mox in the Texas Death Match. He could be a number 1 contender for sure. Adam Cole too, if they build him up from the end of the month here when he comes back to Double or Nothing. That's a good solid 2 months. And then you have Ricky Starks there too, potentially. But then, Darby Allin, Ethan Page of the Firm, there's that story, along with Jungle Boy, who'd be Christian at Revolution, I might add, as well. But then the main big stories long term, whether they do them now, whether they do them later, it's MJF, CM Punk, MJF, Wardlow. So that's what I'm saying with the TNT title here tonight. We'll see what happens. If Wardlow retains, then okay. They'll figure something else out for MJF in the meantime. If he loses, I'd say, yeah, Wardlow's getting fed to MJF, and then that's probably your world title match at Double or Nothing. And then Punk probably returns, if he's returning. Because it doesn't seem like MJF's going to be on the show tonight. It doesn't look like CM Punk's going to be returning tonight either, by any means, let alone this past weekend Revolution. They're continuing to promote shows. We'll get more into those in a minute. But Ruby Soho, Sky Blue now 1-on-1 on Dynamite. So after a, pretty good, start this first half hour or so of the Dynamite, they're going to slow it down here a little bit. Ruby Soho, Sky Blue 1-on-1. But yeah, you go from Orange Cassidy, Jay Lethal. Orange Cassidy retains, get a beat down afterwards, get an interview, couple interviews actually, from Hobbs to Wardlow to Ruby. Now this match, team title match now in the main event, Wardlow and Hobbs will be Falls Count Anywhere. Another split screen commercial break. So back to the action here shortly. But then Ricky Starks' promo, and then, you know, as he said, with who or what, he doesn't know what's next. But then, let's not necessarily go out, but Bullet Club music hit, Bullet Club graphic on the screen, and then from behind, Juice Robinson attacks Ricky Starks. So, yeah, Jay White could be AEW bound. Could also be WWE bound. WrestleMania is coming up at the Raw after Mania. Of course, the Elite, like I was saying, with Omega and the Young Bucks, they just lost trios titles. I'm trying to think of other AEW talent that have history with the Bullet Club. Adam Cole, to begin, to start off. Bullet Club, though, they could add members, for AEW's version, if you will. You know how they love their factions. Really, scroll down through this list. Yeah, just Adam Cole looks like. If it, isn't the Elite with Juice Robinson, and then, Cole's fine by himself. I mean, it just, was for so long, though, him and Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and of course Fish ain't even with the company anymore, and O'Reilly's still hurt. But as mentioned, you know how AEW loves their factions. Yeah, seemingly just Adam Cole. To add on to who they have, if that's the direction they go, let alone, bring in, more New Japan talent. I know Juice is working for both AEW and New Japan. But then, the big thing is with Jay White, he's a free agent. Where's he going to go? Like, this could be some sort of New Japan, invasion on AEW TV. For all we know. I mean, it could just be a one-time thing, though, for, going after Starks. Now, if they start going after other people, that's a different story. But then if they keep going after Starks, is what I'm saying, though, too. Ricky Starks, he really doesn't have anybody. He's always sort of been by himself. He was in Cody's corner there for a little bit when Rhodes was with AEW. Of course, it's been about a year or so now since he left and then returned to the WWE. And now we'll be in the main event of WrestleMania next month. But we'll hear from Hangman and Adam Page up next. So that'll be seemingly right before 9 o'clock hour. And then still to come, we'll also hear from FTR, tag team out, 6-man tag, and then the Falls Count Anywhere TNA title match. Wardlow Powerhouse of. But yeah, that Bullet Club thing's interesting. See how they play it out over the next, days and weeks and months to come. Because that's what I was saying, like, coming off Revolution, all right, they're going to build towards a Double or Nothing, but then, Forbidden Door, it was in June last year, and I said then, to space it out a little bit more, probably should have been like mid to late July, because then they'll have All Out Labor Day weekend. Like, you do Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend, and then a month later, you do, as Ruby wins 1, 2, 3, you do Forbidden Door, then a month later, you got a good, little over 2 months to kill from then until All Out, which is, about the same right now from Revolution to Double or Nothing. But then I was talking about TV specials, like, Blood and Guts is going to be somewhere in there, you'd have to think. We'll see. Ruby turned heel, might add, because there's a women's title match on Sunday. Jamie Hayter retained. Could we see her, the little Britt Baker here, come out? They did have Reba Rebel, but she's no longer with them, so it's 3-on-2. And Sky Blue going to get spray painted with green spray paint. Here's Willow Nightingale. All right, she comes to Sky Blue's aid, and then she's like trying to console her, but then talk it over with Ruby, like, what are you doing? But then as Tony and Saraya roll out of the ring, they roll back into the ring and attack Willow Nightingale now. So this, three-man group, if you will, three-woman group with Paige, Saraya. Remember what Paige did with who was it? Sasha and Naomi, if I'm not mistaken. Good, probably 6, 7, 8 years ago now at this point. Outsiders, freelancers, if you want to call them, this caliber. They got Saraya, Ruby, and Tony in a group now. And, Sunday at least, it was Jimmy Hayter, Britt Baker. They need somebody else. Hangman up next. Oh, his shit's going to be backstage. All right. Hear from Hangman Adam Page backstage with Renee. Hangman has a black eye. Physically, I've been better, he says. All is well, though. A black heart. Ciampa, fucking leaving WWE. Still injured. Gargano returned on NXT last night. Gonna have a match at TakeOver. WrestleMania weekend. So Renee's giving this interview.
Is it safe to say that
and now asking Hangman, hey, safe to say with what's been going on with him and Jon Moxley, are done now. He says sorry to her for what she had to see, but she's, of course, she's doing her job here. She's all for it if he's all for it, Hangman says he's finished with Moxley, but is Moxley finished with Hangman? That's another story, because got the Blackpool Combat Club. No Bryan Danielson coming off a loss. See what they do with him next. It'll be, 6-man tag next. JS, AR Fox, and Top Flight. All right, see how that goes. But no, Moxley and the Ring of Honor champion and Claudio Castagnoli, Cesaro, they'll take on the Dark Order. They'll take on Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the great Exalted One, his former group, Mr. Brody Lee. Renee gave the interview with Hangman there. He says he's done with Moxley, but is Mox done with him? We'll see. I doubt it if they're doing it that way. Maybe have another match. I mean, what else can you do on top of the Texas Death Match they just did? It's, thought too Moxley was going to be taking some time off, but he's in action tonight. Like, that doesn't seem to be the case anytime soon, but who knows? That had to be weird though for Renee, Yeah, she's still doing her job, yeah, but, she's interviewing the guy who just, beat her husband in a Texas death match, for God's sakes. So we go to commercial break in the meantime. Been a good, for the most part, 45 minutes or so. Minus, the segment and the match that just happened. But still to come, TNT title match on the line. Be the main event. Falls Count Anywhere. Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. 6-man tags coming up next. Then they'll have the tag team match. And then we got to hear from FTR. Everything else, who the hell knows? Unless they give time to, some stuff. They've gone through, mainly for the most part, everything they've already advertised here in this, first 45 minutes or so. But I think, no doubt about it, still the big questions coming out of tonight are going to be what's up with the Bullet Club on AEW. What does, the future hold there? Are they going to keep attacking Ricky Starks? Are they just going to keep attacking, whoever? Is there some sort of New Japan invasion? Or just what the hell's going on? Along with, what's next for MJF? Who's next for MJF? Be sure to go vote on today's question of the day. Poll on social media, I might add as well. Speaking of MJF, all right, here he is cutting a promo after Revolution that they're airing tonight. It doesn't seem like he's going to be on the show, other than this. Thought Bryan Danielson was on MJF's level. Made the Dragon tap out. It was an oxygen tank after they went to sudden death overtime before the tap out. So, and yeah, then MJF says he now has horns growing out of his head because of the bump that he took in the match on Sunday to retain the title, and then, sort of mocking what CM Punk did after All Out with what he had said then after Revolution on Sunday. Next week on Dynamite, MJF's birthday is next week. My birthday is on Saturday, for what it's worth. We're going to have a birthday celebration for MJF next week on Dynamite. Sure as hell looks like it. And then, I might add, they're in Winnipeg. My reign of terror has just begun, says MJF. All right. Now Shivani's in the ring. Jesus Christ. Interview. Fucking 20-minute match. Promo. All right, here's FTR. When they said before break, up next is a 6-man tag with Jericho Appreciation Society. So they're going to save that for 9 o'clock. Here's FTR at 10 till, so they'll get 10 minutes. We'll hear from them. Probably go to break. Go to the 6-man tag then. All right. And then the only two things that, still to come that they advertised are the tag team match and the main event. But FTR is back. They're, still under the same contract they said they were. So they still could, eventually leave or re-sign. But yeah, 20-minute match, beat down, interview, promo, beat down, interview, 2 split screen commercials, 2 full screen commercials, another interview, a women's match, another interview. They say 6-man tag, but we come back and guess what? Another interview. Good God. FTR in the ring with Shivani. Very loud FTR chant from the crowd. Seemingly they're going to go after the Ass Boys, the Guns, who might come out. The Acclaim might come out. They're embracing the crowd now. Top guys in. Missed that. All right.
So we said over and over again how great 2022 was for us, but right now I want to talk about how bad the last few months have been.
How good last year was, but how bad the last few months have been, though.
To the acclaimed, we
Lost the Acclaimed, lost the Ass Boys,
we lost 3 sets of tag titles in roughly a month.
lost every sets of tag titles they held, yeah.
Then we lost one of our best friends in wrestling, and the world.
Who died?
But we knew we needed to step away. We needed to
Who died?
take a breath, and we needed to recharge. But right now, I cannot sit at home in good conscience and watch Austin and Corbin Gunn call themselves the best tag team in
So FTR is back,
Yes, you boys,
going after the Ass Boys, the Guns.
are the current
Yeah, who died, wrestling-wise, that they were friends with?
future of the tag team division. But you're also
Spoiled,
spoiled, entitled,
entitled, disrespectful little assholes of the Ass Boys. Daddy Ass.
He gave you everything, every advantage. And my father could never give me that. He couldn't give me a private education. He couldn't give me a job with the best wrestling company in the world.
Yeah,
But he taught me
you're dealt
how to be respectful. I'm not
the hand you're dealt, and
you boys like Daddy Ass should have.
you got to overcome it one way or another.
So, I'm from here.
You know, not the silver spoon in your mouth type, or like the blue collar type. But once again, who died that FTR was close to? If you know, let me know in the comments below. No rah-rah speech, but damn it, he loves those fans. FTR chant now. Of course, fuck the rest. Fuck the revival. They've been tweeners from, faces to heels recently. This promo, though, it seems like, well, the Ass Boys are heels, so they'll be faces. Yeah, they're calling out the Guns. Bang, bang. And we had the Bullet Club in my head on Dynamite earlier. So there's that. Now it's time for Retribution. All right. Where's Dijak at? Where's Reckoning at? Where's the one dude that bitches about everything on Twitter at? Where are they all at? Joking aside, Dominic Dijak, along with me, best out of that group. Top guys, they were in, now they're out after cutting the promo. All right. So they cut a promo, nothing afterwards. But, yeah, they're making their intentions clear for sure. They're going after the Guns, the Ass Boys, for the tag team titles. And now we're going to hear from Jade Cargill, who's the TBS Women's Champion. All right. So, yeah, Renee and Tony getting their work in tonight for sure. Interview for, every other segment for the most part. No challenges, no challengers for the TBS Women's title. They're going to Winnipeg next week. Yeah, as mentioned, yeah. So, MJF, birthday celebration next week on Dynamite. 2 former champions are from Winnipeg, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. See if they do anything with that. That crowd's going to be hot, too. Renee says Thank you, and back to you. All right, now here comes Jericho. It's a 6-man tag at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock here. As they'll sing along to Judas, the Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho, along with Daniel Garcia. They need to feud. I would think hopefully sometime soon. Sammy Guevara, Get Lost. Of course, 2.0, and then there's Jake Hager in his purple hat. As they have their choreographed entrance, pyro, and Floyd says boom, and they walk down to the ring. So, a 6-man trios match here on Dynamite next. Jericho Appreciation Society against AR Fox and Top Flight, the Martin brothers. And then still to come, tag team match with the Blackpool Combat Club and Dark Order, along with a Falls Count Anywhere main event for the team title with Wardlow and Powerhouse Ops. So, see what happens here, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, they'll be in Winnipeg next week. Originally was going to be next Tuesday, and they would have been head-to-head with NXT, winning that once again. But in the meantime, the March Madness schedule being finalized with times and networks, as the brackets will be revealed Sunday night, Selection Sunday. The first 4 games for the playing games will be next Tuesday and Wednesday. Of course, Dynamite's on TBS, Rampage on TNT Friday nights at 10. Rampage very well could be moved around or be on very late, after basketball these next couple weeks potentially. But yeah, next week's Dynamite was originally supposed to be next Tuesday, but then they did move it to next Wednesday, so it stays on Wednesdays. 6-man tag trios match here with Jericho Appreciation Society, AR Fox, and Top Flight at the top of the hour here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for AEW Dynamite begins. So, once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media, links in the description below. So, yeah, AEW in Winnipeg next week. They're going to promote Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, WrestleMania weekend in LA. As AEW is getting Ring of Honor back up and running. A year after Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling purchased the company. Ring of Honor on Honor Club returned last Thursday, and will be on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. So, wrestling through the week, you have on Mondays and Tuesdays AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, but then Monday Night Raw along with NXT, and then MLW with Underground and Fusion. As mentioned, AEW with Dynamite, the only thing on wrestling-wise Wednesdays. Don't want to forget about NWA on Tuesday nights as well. So yeah, start this over. Mondays and Tuesdays on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Notification bell next to it as well. Stay up to date. You have AEW Dark, you have AEW Dark Elevation, and you have NWA Power. You have NWA USA on Saturdays, but you have also Monday Night Raw, NXT, and MWL, as mentioned with Underground and Fusion. AEW Dynamite is on Wednesdays, And then Thursday now, speaking of Ring of Honor, yeah, they'll have a Supercard of Honor on the 31st. Also in LA, as that'll be WrestleMania weekend. And it'll be going on while SmackDown and the Hall of Fame ceremony are also going on. That, of course, last year is when Samoa Joe debuted for AEW in Ring of Honor and is the TV champion. But a year later, following The Undertaker being inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame as well, still don't have any updates on if WWE is going to have a Hall of Fame ceremony this year or not. But no, on Thursdays you have Ring of Honor now at 7 o'clock on Honor Club. Impact at 8, New Japan at 10. And then on Fridays you have SmackDown and Rampage. And then on, some weekends you have pay-per-views. WWE has a lot of house shows. AEW starting house shows. That'll be a week from Saturday. They'll be in OHIO, as mentioned, for their first ever AEW House Rolls, which, the name just, slips right off the tongue. It fits just perfect for a house show. House Rolls. It's not like a WWE Live or, whatever. Like, AEW's been based off naming-wise for some things. Off of cards, off of gambling. They went all in, then they went double or nothing, and then they went all out. And then sparking a revolution in pro wrestling. Turning the gears, fully on, full gear. But, and then, Dynamite, Rampage, almost 2 years old now. They still got to figure that out, of course. But AEW starting house shows. They don't have one announced, but hopefully more soon, and we'll see how they schedule those. If they're going to be nearby, I would think so. Of where they're going to be at, or where they just were, where potentially could be, city-wise for TV. Just one step. You're cutting the route. Rather than just one TV a week, sometimes two. But like I said, they only have one Rampage from now until Double or Nothing that's going to be live. Everything else is going to be taped with Dynamite. Splits your commercial in the meantime. Trios match continues on Dynamite here. But yeah, they're in Sacramento tonight following Revolution, which was in San Fran. Winnipeg next week. And then they'll be in Ohio for the AEW House Rolls. First ever AEW House show. See how that goes. But then following that, Kansas City, St. Louis, of course, Ring of Honors, Supercard of Honor, of course, AEW Dark and Dark Elevation are taped, and then put out on YouTube. Ring of Honors also taped, I might add as well. Before we hit April, right before Easter, in the World Champions backyard, MJF going to be on Practical Jokers tomorrow night as well. They'll be in Long Island then, before Milwaukee, Steel City, and South Beach, Baltimore, Detroit. Arguably two cities back to back that, Wardlow might want to watch out for getting hijacked again. Before they head to Lone Star State, hook 'em at their new arena on campus, and then Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada for Double or Nothing weekend. As they'll have Dynamite and Rampage live that Wednesday and Friday, and then Double or Nothing that Sunday. And they were always revealing future cities 2 months ahead of time. Recently, though, for the most part, it's been 3 months. But now they got everything, booked, from now until Memorial Day. So, they'll be staying out west, you'd have to think. A little bit, early summer. Probably LA, that Wednesday after Dynamite like it was last year when MJF called Tony Khan a fucking mark on live TV. Brian Danielson last week saying, of course, Revolution, which he, did, but then he still lost. He's going to kick in MJF's fucking head. And then I go saying, okay, on the road, Double or Nothing, but then Forbidden Door, seemingly going to be over the summer sometime, late June. It should be mid to late July, though. Just space it out a little bit, more. Just so, scale-wise, you don't have, too much on one side. Because then you get to All Out. But are they going to have, in Chicago, once again, Forbidden Door and All Out? Or is Forbidden Door going to be, say, in Japan this time? Or, anywhere else here in the States? Because Double or Nothing is, seemingly always, and it has been, but always will be in Vegas, just like All Out in Chicago. And then, returning or debuting to new cities. That's the rundown on all that. So, match continues here. We'll see. As I was saying earlier, too, how the product is. Because I've thought recently, it's been since they made the switch to this new look. It's been very subpar at times. MJF's, promos, no doubt about it, are must watch, can't miss television. Some of the matches, yes, as well. Revolution was a pretty damn good show. It was. Because on paper, just with the build, it's like the card really wasn't, stacked that good. I know we're used to, having like 1,000 matches on an AEW show. Had only 9, yet it was still a 4-hour show. But then, that's why you just always can't, judge a book by its cover. And card on paper really wasn't that great, minus, a couple matches. But then it as Jericho picks up the win, they'll cut a promo now. Got Cool Hand and Daddy Magic. He's probably going to say something about his nipples. Somebody's going to come out. Light the Beam to 2.0. Here's Daddy Magic. What's he got to say? Light the Beam chant from the crowd. So that's over. At least with this crowd it is. Did you know tonight, 1-year anniversary of the JAS? Really? Then why aren't they celebrating? Why aren't they having a fucking pizza party again? 52 weeks. The sports entertainers. That's awesome, says Taz. Is Daniel Garcia going to turn on Jericho? Or is Jericho going to turn on him? Oh, JS going after the trios titles. Yeah, the House of Black beat the Elite. Here's Sammy. The JS is the sexiest group alive, says Sammy Guevara. Where's Tay at? And Jake Hager in his purple hat holding Floyd says he likes their sexy asses. JS, the new number 1 contenders. All right. So House of Black. Turn out your lights and light the beam. Oh, Jericho's calling him out now. All right. So the lights do go out. Are they going to be there or not? Light's still out. Oh, carry on. Here come the Elite. All right. We'll see who's crying here in a second. Yeah, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks just lost on Sunday to the House of Black. All right, so they're going to stick with it for the time being. Probably get a rematch. Might have to face the JAS. Stayed out of your lane for the most part. Yeah, you haven't gotten yourself involved in our business. We haven't gotten ourselves involved in your business. But now, like, that's a different story. Don Callis running out. Whoa, Kenny, hold on. Let me handle this. All right. Of course, they're in Winnipeg next week, too. Jericho, Mega, Don Callis, all from Winnipeg. They'll do something next week. Probably have a fucking main event, 6-man trios match with these two. And then whoever wins takes on the House of Black. The Elite are the number one contenders. Well, they just lost, but there's, of course, rematches. But then, saying earlier about the Bullet Club, you know, what's going on with that? Seemingly some sort of invasion. Unless it's just going to be Juice Robinson. But if it was just Juice, it would have just been Juice. It wouldn't have been a whole fucking Bullet Club. Like, that's a different story. Don Callis calling Jericho only the second best wrestler from Winnipeg, and then nods to Kenny Omega as number one. Kenny chant from the crowd. And if I had a couple months to train, Callis says Jericho would be number 3 because he'd be 2. Sweet. Come on. Bring your stupid friends down to the ring. And now the lights go out, so here come the House of Black. No need to fight. So they're going to show House of Black video. What's Malachi got to say? Next week, if you want these. And then the video cuts out. They're standing there in between the JS who's in the ring and then the Elite at the top of the ramp. Yeah. Next week on Dynamite. We're going to get a triple threat trios title match. House of Black, the Elite, and the JS. That'll be damn good. Lights go out again. Here, Daddy Magic yelling. Is there something going on in the ring? They're going to turn lights back on or not? The Elite still standing there. JS in the ring. House of Black nowhere to be found. All right, that was a good segment. That was a good segment, for sure. So Jericho talking to the camera next week, new trios champions. I don't think they'll be putting them on them anytime soon. The House of Black just won them. Okay, so that rolls out for the time being. For MJF, former champs, and Chris Jericho, along with, Kenny Omega for the time being. But then, remember, Hangman said earlier he's done with Moxley, but it's Mox done with Hangman. So there's them. Tony Khan. Tony Khan's got a special announcement that wasn't, advertised. What? Did hell freeze over? Orange Cassidy requesting an open challenge All-Atlantic title match next week on Dynamite. Orange Cassidy and Jeff Jarrett one-on-one. Good God. And Tony's making this fucking announcement? What the fuck is this shit?
Next week marks the 5th and final defense of the AEW All-Atlantic Championship on international soil. It is the only AEW championship ever to change hands on international soil. And next week, partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery,
all right,
to support the release of Shazam: Fury of the Gods next week
God.
in Winnipeg, it will be Orange Cassidy versus Double J Jeff Jarrett for the AEW.
It's to promote a new movie.
Next week in Winnipeg, we will level up the championship.
They'll level up the championship.
Huge milestone for AEW, and all of
Be the 5th time.
Shazam: Fury of the Gods, and we can't wait for Wednesday Night Dynamite in Winnipeg. Orange Cassidy versus
All right, Tony, don't quit repeating yourself. Quit yelling. Jesus Christ.
level up the championship in AEW.
He just fucking repeated himself fucking 5 times over, yelled. Why does he make that announcement? He doesn't need to make that announcement. Like, that's the stupidest shit I think I've ever fucking seen right there. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, talk about kiddish. I mean, I get it's to promote a movie, you know, in Kurt Warner's character from his American Underdog movie, Zach Levi, but this Shazam movie, not Shazam the music show. Yeah, why does Tony Khan have to make that a fucking announcement though? Just fucking show the graphic. You know, like have Excalibur say it. Like Tony doesn't need to be talking about that. He gets so fucking hyped up for nothing. And here's AEW All Access commercial. Adam Cole gonna return, on Dynamite that very night as well. He could be one for MJF once again, as mentioned earlier. But man, just he always has at least this one wasn't fucking, planned a week ahead of time, and then it's a letdown. Because all the other ones, for the most part, have been. Tony Khan's got a huge special announcement next week on Dynamite. Oh, it's fucking, just like that was. A match for the following week. In promotion and, for the new Shazam movie because of, Warner Brothers Discovery. Like, and then people wonder why, or at the same point in time, Tony doesn't give a shit. He's laughing all the way to the fucking bank. People wonder, he wonders, or whoever you want to say wonders. Like, just, it's to the point now, it's like, no. Like, did you ever see, maybe in the younger days, yeah, but, like, I thought, okay, when Renee got brought in to interview, Shivani wouldn't be doing this anymore. How many fucking interviews have we had tonight? By both of them, for God's sakes. And then Tony does that. Like, what I'm getting at is, do you see the fucking head honcho making an announcement like that? And then when he makes the announcement, he gets flustered, he gets caught up in the moment, he, repeats himself. I get you gotta repeat yourself sometimes. I do the same damn thing to get back on track. Just so I know headspace where I'm at, what the fuck I'm talking about, because 9 times out of 10, I barely have any notes. I am, talking off the top of my head. Some will say out my ass, but that's neither here nor there. But thanks once again for tuning in and watching, listening, audio only once again this evening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. But, he doesn't need to be doing that. It's fucking pathetic. Like, fucking run a vignette. Run a 2-minute video as they did after the fact with the video trailer anyway. Just shit like that, man. I mean, I get to buy time, fill some time, because we remember we still got a tag team match coming up, and then the main event, which is Falls Count Anywhere now for the TNA title with Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs. And now Bryan Danielson interview from after Evolution this past Sunday. Is he contemplating retirement? Hopefully not. He still has a lot left in the tank. It's just, where's he go from here? He would have been one, no doubt about it, to beat MJF for the title. But I've been saying since MJF won the title at Full Gear, he needs to go on like a good solid 4-year run as a champion into 2024. With him, teasing on what he's going to do in that very calendar year. Just to keep people on the edge of their fucking seat. Like, okay, what the hell's going to happen? Because, he is the face of the Revolution, the face of AEW, for God's sakes. He is their biggest homegrown fucking talent. Their biggest fucking star right now is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Because also, he's better than you, it too. But hey, the kid was thirsty. What can I say? But after the Iron Man match, Brian saying it dawned on him. Put himself in danger. They're gonna have him fucking retire like this after Evolution and then show the fucking video 3 days later on Dynamite. He might be just taking some time off. Remember, he fought MJF for the world title just this past Sunday Revolution, 60-plus minute Iron Man match for William Regal of the Blackpool Combat Club. Wait, what did he say there at the end? It's time for me to go home, says Bryan Danielson. Okay. So we go from that to, of course, fucking TV. God damn it. I'm fast forwarding, rewinding through fucking all this shit we've seen tonight now. Alright, yeah. I think the one button got hit a little too much. So we go from... Alright, we're back to live TV now. We go from Bryan Danielson, one former member of the Blackpool Combat Club, to, well, some current former members of Blackpool Combat Club still, for the most part. I mean, who fucking knows at this point? That's why I said it the way I said it. John Moxley and Claudio with Wheeler Yuta, who, hey pal, he's not watching. Huge pop. Too sweet. Choke slam straight to hell. But there's a bitch in Cleveland, Ohio, a blonde bitch at that, who hates this fucking song, I might add. John Moxley and Claudio, along with Wheeler and the rest of the fucking Blackpool Combat Club, making their way to the ring. Going to take on Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order here. So, see, that's the thing. Like, Claudio's Ring of Honor champion. Moxley, I mean, he was going to take all this time off. He's still been around, holding down the fort. Back in tag team action tonight. Wheeler's, somebody who fans like that. It's like, all right, what the fuck is what it is. Care less, honestly. But Claudio and him they're in fucking Ring of Honor. That's what the thing too is, like, AEW owns Ring of Honor, but then like they're trying to keep them separate, but they're trying to keep them together. It seems like, and it's like, well, which is it? Like at times, like you don't know what the fuck you're getting. Like it's not confusing. Like you gotta, still piece it together. But that's why, of course, you gotta watch. So, just thought Moxley would have been done after how the match ended on Sunday. Then there's no Blackpool Combat Club on Dynamite anytime soon. Because Brian just said, hey, it's time for me to go home here. So it looks like he's taking some time off. Rightfully so. Deserving of that. And then, Claudio and Wheeler and Ring of Honor. Like, don't need them on AEW either. Like, that's the thing, as I've been saying, with the booking for them since the new year. It's like, at times good, but then at times bad. It's like how WWE's been up until, for the most part, Triple H took over. The past, we'll say 5-10 years or so. At times, not all the time. There's stuff that is, you gotta watch this. You gotta see what the hell's going on. Other shit, like I was saying on Sunday. Yeah, okay, you record it, you fast forward through it, you watch what you want to watch, and that's that. And you can fill in the blank, fill in the rest later. But, alright. So, we're live TV now. Yeah, I had to rewind that to see what Brian said at the end. And then it obviously did what technology does. It's good, but then also sucks when it needs to be good. And it's like, what the fuck's going on? And I obviously hit the wrong button or something. I don't know. But then, you got to listen to Rick Vaughn come out in the 9th inning on AEW Dynamite. So, tag team match, Moxley and Claudio, Dean Ambrose and Cesaro against Reynolds and Silver. BCC, not your mom's BBC's best friend. But yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club and the Dark Order in a tag team bout here on Dynamite. With about a half hour to go, and the main event next for the TNT title. The Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Falls Count Anywhere. So we'll see what happens there. But then, as I was saying too, like if Wardlow retains, okay, he's TNT champion. If not, feed him to MJF for sure. But yeah, the choices I put up on the Twitter poll, that's also shared on Facebook, on social media in general. Today's question of the day, who in your opinion basically, should be the next challenge MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship following AEW Revolution? From former champions, including Jon Moxley here, and the man he lost to, and Hangman Adam Page on Sunday Revolution, the Texas Death Match. And then from the segment we just saw with the JS, the Elite, and the House of Black, you have Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. But then Adam Cole built him up. Like, I would think the Dark Horse, but I don't even know if Dark Horse would probably be the right word. Like, it'd be a Dark Horse, but it'd also be a favorite. So I don't know how you want to put that. Like, I'm not going to be surprised if we get MJF Adam Cole one-on-one for the world title at Double or Nothing. Long story short, take a split screen break here. Get back to the action shortly. But those other choices with, from top to bottom, it reads Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page. Or Adam Cole to, there's Darby Allin, there's Ethan Page of the Firm, they can tell that story. But remember, Bryan beat Ethan Page to get to Revolution because he had to win every week. And then, for about a month or so, then they had a month to build towards the match. And then, so yeah, killed 2 months TV for MJF Bryan Danielson just like that. Then the match on Sunday, 60-minute Iron Man match. It was really like 66, 68 minutes, something like that. After they went to sudden death overtime, and then the auction tank and the tap out. MJF's still champion because he's better than you, and you know it. And hey, once again, the kid was thirsty, or at least looked thirsty. And then eating on some pickles. From Adam Cole then to Darby, to Ethan Page, to Jungle Boy, there's Ricky Starks as well. Had Juice Robinson, take him out. We'll see if that's a Juice Robinson, Ricky Starks thing or a Bullet Club thing. That'll be interesting. I mean, so yeah, you could, cancel some stuff out with how shit's gone tonight now. Honestly, think about it. Birthday celebration for MJF though next week on Dynamite. They're in Winnipeg. We're gonna have a trios triple threat title match. House of Black defending against the Elite, who they just beat, and then JS will show off. We'll see what they show off graphic-wise for Rampage this week and Dynamite now next week. Unless they just make that a number one contender match, and then we have the championship match then later. But from gist of it, it seems like it's going to be a triple threat trios title match next week with 3 groups there. So you can honestly, for the time being, but long term, still come Double or Nothing. We'll see what they do. But yeah, probably take out Jericho, take out Moxley because of what he's doing right now, and then Hangman said he's done with Mox, but is Mox done with him? That's the big question there. So take out Jericho, and this is for MJF's next challenger. Take out Jericho, take out Moxley, take out Omega. Hangman's one for sure, though, to watch out for. Adam Cole's right there, too, I think, because they're going to have him return when AEW All Access debuts. You still got 2 months from then until Double or Nothing. That's plenty of time to have him chase MJF and get a championship match at the pay-per-view. Darby, Ethan Page, Jungle Boy, Ricky Starks. I mean, maybe for the All-Atlantic title, maybe for the TNT title. I wouldn't necessarily say now for the world title. Not up against MJF. Unless it's like on fucking TV or something like that, Like not a fucking pay-per-view, no way. But then the All-Atlantic title, that's what Tony's announcement was too. Yeah, that title's going to be now, having been defended to come next week, the end of next week, on 5 different soils. So, and of course it's in promotion with a movie for whatever fucking reason. Because Shazam's a fucking, superhero movie. And just because you go from country to country or state to state or, province to province, so they'll be in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada next week, like, doesn't fucking matter, like, and I don't get his announcements. I don't. But then there's, with the main event coming up, if Wardlow retains, okay, they figure something else out. And something else is Hangman and Adam Cole, it seems like. Which they have some history. But then if Hobbs beats Wardlow go after MJF. We've had triple threats. We've had fatal 4-ways for the world title at Double or Nothing and All Out in the past as well, my dad. But then there's also the thought of, CM Punk returning. Does he return next week on Dynamite to, crash MJF's birthday celebration? Maybe, but probably not. Does he return, at the end of Double or Nothing after they get through MJF potentially defending against Hangman Adam Page, let alone Adam Cole, or anybody else that I've mentioned the past, couple of minutes and, throughout the evening? We'll see. But this tag team match continuing, the Blackpool Combat Club in the Dark Order. Just as always, once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe on social media, links in the description below. As we've gone from Hazmat Suit to Aubrey Edwards, Rick Knox, your official referee for this matchup. And I would think, unless they're going to have the demise of the Blackpool Combat Club, for what it's worth, there's a headlock, there's a submission, Blackpool Combat Club is probably going to win this. Like, I'd be surprised. Oh, right on his fucking head. I'd be surprised if the Dark Order won this. I would. But that's the thing. Brian's taking time off. It seems like Moxley was going to take time off, but he's still around. But Renee's in the company now, so it's like, well, he might as well just stay around. Go to work with your spouse, stay once a week, twice a week with child, with their daughter. They're traveling then, rather than just, well, one's on the road and one's home. Like they have the same schedule then, so that's like why. All right, so got a submission, but then bell ringing, still beat down, somebody coming out. Cesaro just picked up John Silver and threw him over the top rope. Like he's a, fucking paper bag. So the Blackpool Combat Club beating up the Dark Order. Here comes Evil Uno running down the ramp. All right. Unless we're going to get a trios with these, 6. Like, boos for the Blackpool Combat Club on the beatdown, but then no cheers at all for the Dark Order in retaliation, but then because they still get beat down. Or are they gonna, get rid of the Dark Order now? Moxley gonna rip off Evil Uno's mask? No, here comes Hangman. Of course, here comes Hangman. And he's sort of limping. Of course, he's seemingly been their leader since Brody passed away. Hangman checking in on the Dark Order. Remember, Hangman said earlier he was done with Moxley, but the question is, was Moxley done with him? So now they might continue this. So then you cancel that out. MJF, like, seemingly it's going to be MJF Adam Cole at Double or Nothing for the world title. It does. You really think about it. You really think about it. I'm saying this on the Dynamite after Revolution. We'll see if this, comes to fruition, or not. I could care less if it does, but I'm just, if you will, as more referees come out to try to break it all up. Fantasy booking, if you will. I'm just trying to pencil some stuff in, thinking this way, thinking that way. It's a pretty good show. I mean, it hasn't been, like that, damn good Dynamite after or pay-per-view by any means, but it's still, a good show. Compared to how it's been as of late, tonight's a good show. They have to restore order. Main event still to come, but here's what's coming up on Rampage Friday. Or no, they're going to go to break with a lower screen up next graphic for the main event. Wardlow Powerhouse Hobbs falls kind of anywhere now for the TNT title. Falls kind of anywhere because Wardlow had his gear and title stolen. But of course they have backups. But clothing wise, like he said earlier, he had to borrow from FTR. He was wearing one of their shirts. Which, I mean, yeah, go to the fucking merch table. Borrow somebody's trunks, or he might be wrestling in jeans. But if he got all his shit stolen, well, he doesn't have anything, I know he's from Cleveland. I don't know where he resides at, though. But, you're on the West Coast, as they've been on the West Coast. Of course, it's not like they travel back home by any means, but, pay-per-view-wise, like, they've been out in California for a good week now, because Dynamite Rampage last week were also in San Fran. They're at the Cal Palace, and then they're at the Warriors Home Arena on Sunday. So, yeah, we'll see how this main event goes. He falls kind of anywhere for the TNT title. Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, who won the Face of Revolution ladder match, earning himself a title match here tonight. So, there's that. If Wardlow retains, I think they go MJF, Adam Cole, plus any other options at Double or Nothing for the world title. But If Hobbs wins,
It'll be so romantic.
which he could, but they already gave him the golden ring, the brass ring. If Hobbs wins, feed Wardlow to MJF. Give us that. Then give us, you know, MJF and or returning CM Punk, let alone, you know, anybody else. But the thing is, MJF still, I think, needs to go on a solid full year plus run as world champion into early 2024. It'll be a full year come Thanksgiving. From full gear to full gear this November coming up. But hell, we were just coming off Revolution, the first pay-per-view of the year. You know, next is Double or Nothing, then All Out. Then Full Gear. Forbidden Door is going to be in there. Maybe that's the Bullet Club aspect to it earlier as well. See about TV specials, as mentioned, because they sort of died down on those since they've, you know, started this new look for Dynamite. I mean, they're still damn good. The Acclaim scissor me. Renee with another interview. Things didn't work out for the Acclaimed, but they're gonna scissor Mento. Everyone loves the Acclaim. They're gonna go right back after the tag team titles. The People's Choice. There's 2.0. Let me guess, on Rampage, we're going to have the Acclaimed and 2.0, a tag team match. Everybody knows. Entertainers. And then the Acclaimed laugh them off. That's good. That's good, they say. And then they walk off. Renee having some laughs with them. All right. Main event still to come. They give us the outside shot of the arena. Sammy Guevara, one-on-one with Action Andretti on Rampage this week. Spoilers will be out tonight. Sammy Guevara, Action Andretti on Rampage. Then we'll have Takeshita and Preston Vance, formerly known as 10 of the Dark Order. But since they unmasked them, or they've done with them since November, not a damn thing. Nyla Rose, ooh, yay, against Rio on Rampage as well. Next week on Dynamite, Orange Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett for the All-Atlantic Championship. All right. Tony going to give another fucking announcement. MJF's Rebar Mitzvah celebration as well. His birthday is next week. And then a World Trios Championship match. A triple threat, House of Black, Elite, Jericho Appreciation Society title bout. But next, it's Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. They got about 15 minutes. Falls Count Anywhere Team title on the line. Justin Roberts, Sacramento, it's time for your main event. The Dapper Yapper. Fuck off. Falls Count Anywhere. Here comes Hobbs to Wardlow. This is War. So say he's coming out to no fucking reaction at all. But here comes Wardlow, seemingly still coming out to no reaction at all. Are they going to start this in the back? Is he getting beat up by Hobbs backstage? That has this written all over. They've zoomed in on the entrance and nobody's coming out. Yeah, fucking parking garage of the arena. Aubrey Edwards going to run around as the ref in this match. So Falls kind of where teams settle about with Wardlow and Hobbs. There's the brass ring out of the car. Are they gonna break into this car? Seemingly they are, and Hobbs gonna beat up Wardlow. There's a couple camera guys. They're gonna break the car door off, almost. They're by the pallets now. Hobbs in full control right now of Wardlow starting this match off. Falls count over 15 once again. There's a keg. And then, well, they break the passenger side back window. As the bell finally rings now. All right. As Hobbs threw the keg, broke the window as Wardlow moved out of the way. And now vertical suplex on the hood of the caddy. And now they're going to stand on the hood of the car. And, Hobbs ass first through the windshield, cover 1-2 kick out. So, I mean, they're making the most out of this. Making, something out of nothing into the bread baskets that you'd see in a, convenience store or supermarket. Split screen commercial, but we'll stick with the action, see what they do here. They're fighting backstage. I mean, this is going to end, of course, you would have to think, in the fucking ring. Now they're going to fight. Oh, should have took out the security. Should have took out the metal detectors. AEW doesn't want to be paying for those. Now they're going to work by the trucks. The equipment trucks. Imagine him being one of those in the California heat. Dead of summer. Luckily it's, March and it's nighttime. Well, they're 3 hours behind. It's not even 7 o'clock local time. And they still got to tape Rampage. I mean, that's the thing, West Coast shows for AEW, they'll be done by, honestly, probably 9, 10 o'clock local time, which, to an extent, it'd be overrun for here on the East Coast, but, that, timing-wise, for them, they, like, say if it was Dynamite taped and then it aired at 8, for everybody. I mean, they're live. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, 2-hour show. But what I'm getting at is 8 to 10 here on the East Coast, 10 to 11 then, 11:30 sometimes when they tape Rampage after the fact. They'll be done, taping everything by the time as if it would be here on the East Coast, say 10 o'clock. For Dynamite just to be done and over with, I mean, then it's a short night. But then there's still the time difference, and then it's, like I said, next week they'll be in Winnipeg, up in the Great White North. Then it's into the Midwest, and then East Coast, and back and forth a little bit, down south again. Went all through those earlier, before Double or Nothing Memorial Day weekend. So gonna come back to the action here shortly. Hashtag AEW Dynamite main event. It is Wardlow and Hobbs 1-on-1 Falls Count Anywhere for the TNT title. They're still fighting backstage. There's a steel chair. Aubrey Edwards falling, and now, they're gonna break through the curtain. And now, where are they at in the arena? Towards the back, it looks like. And Wardlow throws Hobbs over the barricade ringside. Pinfall, knockout, or surrender, which would be submission. Throwing the white towel. White flag. In the ring, Wardlow with a choke slam on Hobbs. You would think something big's going to happen tonight. There's a nice big spine buster from Hobbs. Wardlow stands right up though, no sells it. You'd think something big's going to happen on the show. Like, is somebody coming out to screw over Wardlow? Or if he wins, is somebody coming out to challenge? If Hobbs wins, well, they'll probably just have him celebrate. We'll see what happens. Wardlow has Hobbs up on his shoulders. There's an F5. They say F10, cover a 1-2 kick out. All right, so we go from Aubrey Edwards being the official to this zebra in the ring. We want tables, chant. They always want fucking tables. Wardlow's probably stupid enough to give them to him. Powerbomb. No. Hobbs lands on his feet. Pushes Wardlow under the ropes. Another spine buster. This is a Vince McMahon type of match, okay? Another big spine buster. Big, sweaty guys. Whether they're in, ring gear or street clothes, here we are. Hobbs gonna break apart the barricade. Yeah, that security guy better tell that kid to stand back, that's for sure, or else, MJF might come out and throw tequila on him. Ooh. Wardlow goes through the barricade. So they got to break apart the top of the barricade now to get thrown through it. It's not as... Well, Hobbs going to grab a table. It's not as easily, breakable as it was before. They've upped the production. And it does look better. It does. Speaking of drinks, Wardlow takes a drink of water and then spits it in Hobbs' face. The camera got wet in the meantime. Hobbs laying on the table. He set up. Normally when you set something up, you're the one going through it. So he's laying on it. Wardlow going up to the top rope. And this is all ringside, right in front of the ramp. The end of the ramp. Oh, shit. Swanton from Wardlow through Hobbs, through the table. Holy shit, champ. Ain't going to pin him right there. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out at 2.5 by Hobbs. Match continues here. They got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Showing a replay of the Swanton through the table. And Wardlow, a man his size, shouldn't be able to fucking do that, but he just did. This is awesome, Chad. This is a pretty damn good match. It is. And now on the ramp, Wardlow gonna powerbomb Powerhouse Hobbs. Yep. But, it's like a half powerbomb because of all the weight. You're trying to hold your weight, plus you're trying to pick up your opponent. And they're both selling injuries. Now they're going to fight up the ramp. This match going to end at the top of the entrance. Somebody going to come out and stand behind the winner. Wardlow going to drag Hobbs up the ramp. And now they're going to work over towards the announce table. Yep, there's the TNT title. Oh, he's going to powerbomb him off the stage. But then from behind, there's a steel chair shot. QT Marshall. The factory's no more, but QT with a couple steel chair shots to Wardlow. Are they putting QT and Hobbs together? Because it sure as hell seems like it. Of course, as falls count anywhere, anything goes. So these steel chair shots are legal. QTV. What, is he trying to fucking sell a, steel chair shot to Wardlow at fucking 3 a.m.? QTV rather than QVC? That steel chair shot cost you $19.99. Hobbs gonna beat Wardlow after. What I say? Maybe somebody screw over Wardlow. I didn't think it'd be fucking QT Marshall, but all right. They're gonna pair QT and Hobbs together and get Hobbs over more, and then Wardlow could go to MJF then. Hobbs and QT gonna powerbomb Wardlow together off the stage. Well, he really didn't go far, but still powerbombed him. Really threw him. Now they're 10, give him count 10 to answer the call. Last man standing, basically. 5 count. Wardlow, he's got 2 minutes to get up. 7 count. 9. 10. And Powerhouse Hobbs has defeated Wardlow. And Powerhouse Hobbs is the new TNT champion. Okay, people are going to be wondering what the hell just happened for sure. But that's exactly what just happened. QT Marshall screwed over Wardlow. And aligned himself with Powerhouse Hobbs. Feed Wardlow to MJF for the world title, for God's sakes. Yes. MJF Wardlow for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Double or Nothing. Yes. You can still have everybody else I talked about, though, tonight, nearby. With Hangman and Adam Cole, I would think next in line. Followed by a few other champions, from Jon Moxley to Chris Jericho to Kenny Omega. But then you have, the others as mentioned as well, from Darby to Ethan Page to Jungle Boy to Ricky Starks. But then MJF Wardlow, MJF CM Punk, from now to Double or Nothing, and then from then to All Out. All spring, all summer long. Crank it up. Yeah. Feed Wardlow to MJF for the world title. Hobbs is your new TNT champion. Mainly probably because of that, as they give us the All Rights Reserved, and that does it for AEW Dynamite tonight. So, in the meantime, I'll do it for myself as well. So, thanks for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Gwen Luke 96. So, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And I'll see everybody sometime soon. I'll have videos published in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for those. And then WWE WrestleMania is on April the 1st and 2nd, and we'll have the Raw After Mania, along with a few other wrestling shows that week I might add as well. So just be sure to subscribe. Stay up to date is, in fact, on social media, so be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And, good show tonight. So, yeah, I'd feed Wardlow to MJF for the world title. We'll see if they do that. I mean, what else are they going to do with Wardlow? He just lost the TNT title after he just won it from Samoa Joe. So that's changed hands now, a couple times in the past couple days. Now, of course, Powerhouse Hobbs, he can't afford to have his car get broken into and also lose that title, along with all those in-ring gear. But yeah, they made the most out of it and had it falls kind of anywhere, and then a new champion, and they tease some stuff, and they're moving past Revolution. They're moving towards Rampage now this week, which will be taped tonight. Spoilers will be out and about. So read them if you want to know. Don't if you want to not know and watch. But then, moving towards, the coming weeks of Dynamite and Rampage. But then for the most part, Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, and then All Out. And we'll see about, TV specials in the meantime. But yeah, Wardlow should be going after MJF at this point. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.